All right, everybody, if you are with me today, you are here to um, explore more of the Secret Garden. We are going to be reading chapter 8. This chapter is very exciting because in this chapter we meet the character Dickon that we've heard so much about. And so please sit, get comfortable, and enjoy chapter 8 as I read aloud. Chapter 8 is called Meeting Dickon. One sunny morning, Mary skipped toward the secret garden, eager to dig and weed until it was time for lunch. She skipped happily for a while, but stopped short when she heard a peculiar whistling coming from a nearby alcove. Mary hid behind a tree and quietly peered into the alcove. She saw a boy sitting with his back against a tree, playing a wooden pipe. He was a funny-looking boy, about 12 years old, and he had a turned-up nose, and his cheeks were as red as poppies. Mary had never seen such blue eyes on anyone before. Meanwhile, on the branches of the tree under which the boy sat, a little squirrel was listening. On the ground, a few feet away from the boy, there were 2 rabbits. It appeared to Mary as if the rabbits were listening too. "Don't move," the boy called out softly. "It'll scare them." Mary stood perfectly still. The boy stopped playing his flute and slowly got up. Mary watched in amazement as the animals went about their business, not scared in the least. The boy smiled at Mary. "I'm Dickon," he said to her, "and you must be Miss Mary." Somehow, Mary had known this was Dickon, even before he told her his name. Who else could have been charming squirrels and rabbits? "I got up slowly because if you move suddenly, it scares them," Dickon explained. "You have to move gently and speak quietly when animals are about." Mary could hardly contain her excitement. Dickon was so nice. He spoke to her as if he'd known her for years, and as if they had always been good friends. "Did you get the seeds?" Mary asked shyly. Dickon nodded. "And I've brought garden tools too," he said happily. Dickon showed Mary the different seeds he had. "These are poppy seeds, and these are larkspur. The poppies are the sweetest things you'll ever smell." Suddenly, Dickon lifted his chin and gazed up at the sky. His face lit up and his smile was big and bright. "Do you hear that robin?" he asked. "He's calling to you." "Is he really?" Mary asked excitedly. It was the red-breasted robin, and he was talking to her. If Dickon said he was, then it had to be true, Mary decided. "Yes, he's saying, 'Here I am,'" Dickon laughed. "Do you understand everything birds say?" Mary asked. "I think I do," Dickon told her. "I can also talk to squirrels and foxes and ponies." Dickon and Mary sat for hours talking and laughing. As the moments passed, Mary felt very comfortable around him. He told her about the birds and the animals on the moor and about the flowers in spring. For the first time in her life, Mary was looking forward to spring. Mary studied Dickon's face carefully. Suddenly, she clasped her hands together tightly, took a deep breath, and stared into his big blue eyes. "Dickon, can you keep a secret?" she asked seriously. She knew she was taking a big chance, but she felt sure she could trust her new friend. Dickon looked puzzled, but his smile was sincere. "I keep secrets all the time," he said. "Sure, I can keep a secret." "I've stolen a garden," Mary blurted out at once. Dickon looked at her strangely. "It isn't mine," Mary explained, "but nobody wants it. Nobody cares for it, and nobody ever goes in it. Perhaps everything is dead in it already. I don't know." Mary told Dickon everything. "They're letting it die," she cried, "and I want it to live. It's my garden. I found it," she added. "The robin helped me." "Where is it?" Dickon asked at once. "Come with me and I'll show you," she said. She led him around the path along the wall to where the ivy grew thick. When they came to the door, Dickon's eyes were wide with excitement. Mary took out her key, checked to make sure no one was watching, and unlocked the door. Leading Dickon inside, she quickly shut the door behind them. "This is it," she said proudly. "It's a secret garden, and I'm the only one in the world who wants it to be alive." Dickon stood very still, gazing around the garden in wonder. "It's just like a dream," he said breathlessly. I never thought I'd see this place. You mean you knew about it? Mary asked. Dickon nodded. Martha told me about it and how nobody ever went inside, he said. I always wonder what it would be like. Mary pointed to the rose bushes. Will there be roses? She asked hopefully. Are they all dead? Not all of them, Dickon announced. Look here. With a small knife, Dickon cut into a stem. There's a lot of dead wood, but this part is wick, right here where it's green. Wick? Mary asked. What's wick? Alive, Dickon explained. Don't worry, Mary. There will be many, many roses here this summer. Mary jumped joyfully. I'm so glad it's wick, she said happily. I want them all to be wick. Let's go around the garden and count how many wick ones there are. They spent the rest of the afternoon running from place to place, examining the roses and trees. Dickon told Mary the garden needed a lot of work to get in shape for summer. Will you come back and help? Mary begged him. I'll work in it every day, Dickon, I promise. Will you? Sure, Dickon answered. It'll be great fun coming here and waking up the garden. When it came time for dinner, Mary couldn't bear to leave. Dickon seemed too good to be true. She closed the door to the secret garden and then slowly faced him. Whatever happens, she asked, you wouldn't tell. Dickon smiled and his cheeks grew redder than ever. Never, he assured her. Your secret is safe with me. Mary was sure that it was. All right, that ends our time with chapter 8 of The Secret Garden, Meeting Dickon. What do you think about Dickon? I think from the very beginning of this story until now, Mary has changed so much. And then I think the author introducing Dickon now at a time where Mary is excited and friendly. I think had Dickon been introduced earlier on in the story, he may not be friends with Mary like he is now. I think he and Mary are going to have great adventures exploring the garden and trying to make it beautiful for summer, clearing away all of the dead and brightening up the alive and the new. So let's continue tomorrow as we embark on chapter 9. I hope you will join me. I'll see you next time.